Hello everybody, what is going on? My name is Freedom and welcome back to another video here on my channel. Today we're going to be starting a whole new show called TeaTime, and TeaTime is basically going to be a show that consists of me going around looking for the juiciest like news topics and just kind of putting my thoughts and feelings on them. So yeah man, today we're going to be talking about this Banks versus Tfue thing. I know it's far from over, but I know that it's kind of died down on the internet now, and there's not as many, or there's not as much focus on it, but I just kind of wanted to put my thoughts and feelings on the whole situation. Um, so yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into this, man. Here we go. So first we're gonna watch like Banks' video, then we're gonna watch Tfue's video, and then I'm gonna give my whole flipper. Unless I think of something to say during the video, then we might just pause the video and just talk about it for a real quick sec, for a real hot minute. But yeah, man, let's go. So we're gonna start with Banks' video first. I'm gonna full screen this beach dog. All right, let's go.
I want you guys to understand something very important too. FaZe and Banks have every right to be super emotional. What you guys are about to see right now, Sunday, April 1st, this is the day, like, this is when Tfue got signed with
Wait, whoa, whoa,
FaZe.
whoa, whoa. Let me just go
This
back.
is the
So apparently, Tfue didn't sign with them till like April, but this looks like it says January to me. Oh, it is around April actually, but I don't believe that was like I don't know. Maybe it
day,
was.
like,
Yeah.
this is when Tfue got
I
signed with
thought it said
FaZe. Look at
January,
these
but
graphs.
okay. Alright, so it says this is in response to the surprise lawsuit filed against FaZe Clan by someone who I considered to be family. So, okay. I recorded this video almost immediately after this issue was made public. I had no clue this was coming. I was blindsided. I was and still am in absolute shock. These are my raw, uncensored feelings on the matter. I'm just not going to say anything until after the videos. I already have thoughts on this, and let's go. This is TeaTime. But you can't have TeaTime. This isn't scripted. I didn't prepare for this video. I had so much as not a single note in my phone for this. I really want to speak on it because I know different, but let's just go through this. Please watch the entire video. TeaTime.
Wow. Don't even know where to begin with this, dude. I really don't. I'm just kind of spitting this from the heart. I got nothing written down. I woke up about an hour ago to a storm on Twitter. To Keem telling me you got to get on Drama Alert right now. I did that. And still, you got the whole FaZe team blowing me up.
I don't like Keemstar. I'm just saying. I haven't liked Keemstar since he started Drama Alert Nation because, or whatever it is. I just find him toxic, dude. I just find him toxic, and I can speak about Keemstar because he's not in either of these videos really, apart from when these two touch on him. Keemstar, man, he runs a shit show, dog. I mean, what he's doing is kind of cool for the community and stuff, but for someone who's not supposed to be biased, I feel he's very biased. Um, and I don't know, just his whole personality, everything about him, I don't, I don't like. I feel like he was more sided towards Banks during this whole FaZe versus Tfue thing, and the reason why I feel he did that is because him and Banks have a really close relationship, and obviously he was trying to make it out like Tfue was the bad guy and Banks was the good guy, but really what ended up happening was, or really what's ended up happening is, like, I think people still support these two people. Like, I don't even, I just think that people sort of like don't know who to side with, and you know, it's nice to see that Keemstar got it wrong, and it's nice to see him getting things wrong. Um, Another thing that I don't agree with about Keemstar is this $60,000 or whatever that FaZe took from Tfue. Like that shouldn't go on a tournament, like, if anything, just give the money back to Tfue, dude. You said you weren't bothered about money anyway, so just give him it back. Like, why give it back to the community when you can just give it back to the person that you took it from? Anyway, 54 seconds in, I'm going to get back into this, because if I start talking, I'm just going to go on about Keemstar, and I don't like him, so we're not going to do that. Let's go.
People hit me up, but I wanted to just give my raw side to the story. I didn't want to be strategic about this.
Not being funny, but that kind of looks acted. Like he's done more than one recording. And this is the thing that I notice with people, like when they do these.
But I wanted to just give
see that little jump edit.
And still even the
Look, it's my raw, authentic feelings, but he's jump editing. So he's editing like through this, and he's like, it's not his real raw, authentic emotion if you've got to edit it down, because you haven't given the rawest. Because if it was the rawest, there'd be no edits. Do you know what I mean? It'd be just one freaking feature length video from 000 to 2136, like all the way through, without like having a skip in between where you stop recording and then started recording again. Like this, what I do, this is like, for me, I can't just stop recording and then start recording. For me, it's got to be like one recording, because of the way that my OBS is set up and not having editing software. It's like I have to do it all in one take. So this is raw and authentic, what you get from me.
FaZe team blowing me up, a bunch of people hitting me up, but I wanted to just give my raw.
Like, oh my god, look at the. Let's just look at the edits there. Watch the skips from like where he's had to start and stop recording, or stop and start. Boom,
the whole
there.
FaZe team blowing me up. A bunch of people hitting
Boom,
me up.
there.
And I wanted
Boom,
to
there.
just give my raw side to the story. I didn't want to be strategic
Boom, there.
about this. I didn't want to
It's not
be
as
careful
raw
about this. I honestly,
feeling.
at this point, I really don't give a and it's about time you guys know in detail the truth about not only Turner and FaZe Clan's relationship, but mine and Turner's relationship. First off, I just want to say I don't agree.
Why would he bring Turner's and his relationship into it when Turner's already mentioned that he was only interested in getting rid of the contract? It was like Tfue was trying to do things from a business side, and Banks has took it from a business side and made it personal.
With what him and his team have done, I think it's complete and utter. Most of it is a complete lie, exaggerated, and it's tactical, which you don't use
It's a lie, it's exaggerated, and it's tactical. How's it a lie? Well, we didn't know that at this point, but yeah.
Tactics and legal strategy against friends, because I thought before anything else, before the business shit, before anything like that.
And it's not like he's done it against friends, he's done it against the business. Like, this is what FaZe Banks doesn't understand here, is that it's not actually against him personally, it's against FaZe Clan. Like, and just because Banks is a part of that, it doesn't mean that Tfue's attacking him personally.
Egos, before views, before all that. Honestly, I thought we were friends. Tfue, I called you my family, and I got no heads up. I got absolutely no warning of this. This is something that could have easily been handled offline, and if this was just about making even more money than you do now, then we could have gotten to that point too, dude. Like,
how could they have got to that point though, when like FaZe Clan decides who Tfue can be sponsored by? How are you gonna get past that? Like,
I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm sure I'm gonna have a shit ton of hate on this video. I mean, you're massive. I feel like I've created a monster in some way. But if that's the price I have to pay, then so be it. I have to tell the truth and I have to get my side of the story out there. I'm not gonna sit around and let people fucking gossip and competitors to my brand come out and talk shit. Like, you guys are fucking snakes. You know who you are. I'm honestly just disgusted in the whole situation. I'm pretty emotional right now. And half of it is definitely just pure raw anger. But the other half of it, like, I'm truly fucking like crushed right now. So I'm gonna split this video into two parts. First, they're gonna be the facts and the claims against my brand. And the second one is going to be the emotion and just the personal connection I have with this kid and how this just makes me
we're not going to listen to the relationship that he has with Tfue, because that's irrelevant to the contract. So
because I have a very unique position in all this. I've done a lot more than most of you guys probably know, and clearly more than Tfue's given me credit for, or his dad, or his team. I feel like it needs to be talked about. And
why do you have to have credit for doing good things for people? I do good things all the time for people and don't get no credit for it. Like, you can't just expect things from people because you do them a favor. Like, if you do a favor for somebody, you can't then expect somebody to do a favor in return. You know, that's not how it works, man. You do something out of generosity and kindness because you see something in somebody that doesn't mean that then you can expect something back because, you know, you've helped them.
I need to get it off my fucking chest or I'm gonna explode.
I keep all my earnings? Yeah. So. And half the money I win is fucking charity money, but all like the regular tournament winnings, yeah.
Alright, so yeah,
so
let's
bad.
get into the facts. So
Okay,
the
it's the
fact of the
quality of
matter
that
is
video that
he
was
have
bad.
earned a grand total of, get ready for a drum roll please, Tfue, $60,000 from Tfue. That's how much money we have earned off of his whole entire career. His Twitch, his YouTube, which are two of the biggest on the platform, Twitch being the actual biggest Twitch streamer in the world. He earns a hell of a lot of money. A lot more money than you guys probably know. His code is another major stream of revenue. His prize earnings, another stream of revenue. This kid is banking, making more money than you guys know. I'm not gonna put that out there. That's his own personal stuff. But I can tell you that $60,000 of his total amount of money that he's made is probably closer to like 0.1%. And mind you, that's $60,000 because where it came from is important. That $60,000 came from 2 brand deals that we brought Turner that we took 20% of. So that is an 80% split to Turner, and then the rest, the 20 goes to FaZe Clan. We have collected 0% of his prize winnings. We have collected 0 on YouTube. We have collected 0 on Twitch, his subs.
Yeah, fair play. They could have taken more money from him because later, when you see the percentages, you'll see that they could have actually taken like more money from him. So, I mean, when we talk about percentages, I don't know if I'll be able to show them, but yeah.
His ad revenue, nothing, literally nothing.
But then this is my point. Like, if you could have taken money and you didn't, then why didn't you? Like, from a business point of view, why wouldn't you take more money from him to fund your business or whatever?
So I know that's basically the biggest issue, and I don't know how else to say it other than the fact that it's just a bold-faced, flat-out lie, and it was designed. And I don't know how else to say it other than the fact that it's just
taking up to 8% of his earnings in a complaint that argues esports players. So well, I suppose we can sort of talk about that percentage. Yeah, there is an 80% percentage where FaZe Clan can take, I think it's 80% of his tournament earnings, and he gets 20%. So, like, that's not fair, you know? If anything, this FaZe Clan should have only been taking 5% on everything, or 10%. Not even 10%, 5%, because, like, even 5% is still something. And I don't care about all this, but when we made the contract it was different and blah 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 blah. I don't give a shit if it was different. Like, it changed because someone changed it. So why couldn't you just change it when Turner joined? Like, why couldn't you see that actually our percentages are wrong here? Do you know, like, those very first few business steps that you made to Tfue, you know, they're the very reason that he's ended up leaving. If you'd have sorted those percentages out when he joined, like, you must have known that, like, I'm not being funny, but you can't just hand someone a contract and, like, not know that it's more in your favour than that person's favour, even though the contract is supposed to be more in that person's favour because, you know, you're taking them into your clan, so you need to really offer them something that's better than anything else, you know. And taking 80% and a bunch of 50% isn't really. It's almost like FaZe Banks hasn't really been a good friend to Tfue from the beginning, and now Tfue's realised, hang on a minute, this can't be right, you know. Now I need to get out of this. So
a bold-faced, flat-out lie, and it was.
So if he'd made those changes in the beginning, Tfue probably wouldn't even have left FaZe.
Designed and worded to make people hate us and to put pressure on us to let Turner leave his contract that he knowingly signed, that he has gained so much from, that he refuses to negotiate on. It's literally heart-wrenching. Like, I can feel my fuck.
Another thing that I do feel we need to see though is I feel like we do need to know how much Tfue's made from FaZe Clan. Like, we know how much FaZe Clan's made from Tfue. We know that they've made $60,000, but how much has Tfue made from FaZe Clan? You know, has he made a penny?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know how to say this shit. I'm so torn because I love you, dog. Like,
I mean, they brought in 2 brand deals. FaZe Clan brought Tfue 2 brand deals and took $60,000. So that's like $30,000 from each brand deal. So how much did Tfue make from them brand deals? This is how you got to see it as well. Like,
I really do, and I know you're watching this video, and I know Jack, your brother, is watching this video, and your dad's probably watching this video. He's probably the one in the room who's saying, fuck this kid, but I know you guys love me too. I know you do. You know this is my fucking life, homie. This brand is my life. It's my soul. I work.
okay.
But let's continue on with the facts and the claims. So
Thanks.
the number 2 claim was, it was something along the lines of Turner was forced or like encouraged.
FaZe Clan also continuously pressured and forced tenders to dangerous stunts while performing videos. Well, we're going to skip past this because we know that Tfue taken this out of the
to do stunts, and as a result
thingy.
he was injured. Like, homie, what? Turn
So, yeah.
before you met us in the Hollywood Res.
Yeah.
Quit into doing
We don't
your
need to see this.
hardest, your absolute hardest to get me to do it. Like, make us look worse and worse. The storm's coming, and I'm those people that he didn't let know it was coming, and you just fucking.
And they talk about how he doesn't let them know that this is coming, but the thing is, these negotiations have been going on for a long time. So when he's saying that when Banks is saying that he got blindsided and that he didn't have a clue that this was coming, well, yeah, you did, because you've been through a year of you've been trying to negotiate for like a year. So how can you not have an idea that this was going to come at some point? Like, in the back of your head, you're always going to be thinking, you know, if I can't quit him a deal, he's going to leave. If I can't quit him a deal, he's going to leave. If I can't quit him a deal, he's going to leave. So you know that he's going to leave if you can't quit him a deal. So the fact that he's left shouldn't come as a shock. It should be something that you anticipated and expected from a business perspective.
Sucker punch him. You hit him from behind. You catch him off guard. Well, you caught me, dude. I'm completely off guard, but this is what's real, and this is my response to this bullshit. What was the third thing? Oh, Turner was also pressured into drinking underage. Homie, that is so fucking bullshit, and you know it. And everybody who was at those parties knows it. We went to a party at your current girlfriend's house
Sorry, I'm just
before
trying
you
to
were
buy some
21.
skin off my
Hey,
hand.
Turner, what happened to that YouTube
Got
video?
like a
You
callus
deleted
that
it 'cause your
rips.
dad and your people freaked out because somebody shot a BB gun through their fucking sheet.
No, don't do it, bro!
Evil do it. Chug the handle.
This is all irrelevant, by the way. This is irrelevant.
What? Are you joking me?
I just want to throw something out there real quick. Being pressured into drinking when you're not 21. I mean, literally everyone and their mother, not everyone and their mother. I mean, dude, it's like a thing. You go to college, you drink when you're 18, 19. I don't encourage or think that anyone should drink underage. But like, also, like, if you guys have watched Turner, I feel like he's not a goody two shoes. So to me, that I feel like that might. I don't even know if that is like from Turner or in the actual lawsuit. That's just weird.
All of these claims are absolute bullshit. It's simply just not true. Well, those are the facts. Let's move on.
Alright, that's the facts, right then. So yeah, that's where we're gonna get off of Banks' video, because like, Tfue never meant it on a personal level, and therefore I don't think we should go see the relationship that he had with Tfue or anything. So yeah, let's just move on to Tfue's response. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be still. Yeah, cool.
Yo, what is up, guys? I'm gonna keep this video really short and to the point. First, I want to say, all the stuff about the gambling, the stunts, the drinking. I told my lawyer I did not want that in there, and he will do exactly just that. He will take it out.
So there you go.
No worries. That is
Took that out.
What I really want to talk about is the main point. I never want to upset anybody. I never wanted to bring that stuff in.
So you see, he's saying that I never wanted to bring the personal stuff in.
I never wanted to get anybody to get emotional. Because this isn't about that. This is about me and this contract.
So you see, this is about him and the business. This is about him and FaZe Clan, not about Banks and their relationship. It's about this contract and this FaZe Clan contract. It's not about his relationship with Banks.
This contract that I signed when I didn't know any better. I'm an idiot. I should have never signed it in the first place.
And that's the thing as well. When Tfue was up and coming, yeah, when he was starting to make his name for himself, and you know, Banks invited him over, you could see that Tfue was just a young guy, and he was just accepting whatever people gave him because he didn't really know what to do with himself, and it was all very overwhelming for him. So that's when FaZe Banks, you know, saw that vulnerability in him, picked up on that, and gave him a contract with crazy percentages that he could have sorted out there and then, that he wouldn't have needed to try and make up for in the year afterwards, you know. Like, let's just watch, dude.
This 3-year contract. What is in this contract is so bizarre. It's so fucked. I wish you guys could see this thing because I can't even fathom it. This contract basically allows FaZe at any point in 3 years to just fucking take all my hard earnings and all my hard work and just strip it. Over 49%, over 79%. What is in this contract is insane, and that's not even the worst parts. And what I'm trying to do here is just serve justice to the esports community, this esports industry. These kids are getting ripped off. They're getting taken advantage of. These contracts are not okay, and this needs to never happen again. And there's tons of people in contracts this bad, just like me. And I'm the first person to stand up and say, this is fucked. This is not right. This is
It's
not
true,
cool.
man.
This is fucked.
Because all these contracts exist, yeah, because these companies prey on people's vulnerability and them not really having a know-how of what they're doing. And this is what they do. They play on people that are up and coming, that don't really have a clue what they're doing, and they offer them like managerial things and all these like perks and things, but then the percentages are screwed. The percentages are screwed, you know?
Fucking bullshit. This is fucking bullshit.
And like I say, it's just that playing on vulnerability, and that's exactly what Banks did with Tfue. So if anything, Tfue should be mad at Banks because he gave him the freaking dodgy contract in the first place and took advantage of his vulnerability of him being a new upcoming streamer.
And if only you guys could see what is in this contract. I can't disclose what is within this contract, but FaZe Clan, please release the contract
So the hashtag release the contract
for the
was
public to
born.
see. Fuck, let me show the public. Just give me permission to show these people the truth that is within this contract. That's all I really have to say. Show the fucking contract, FaZe. Release the fucking contract. Everybody, hashtag release the fucking contract. Release it, please.
So yeah, I mean, the amount of support that this guy's had from people, the amount of support, you know, Tfue has had
This
from people is just absolutely phenomenal, man. And just like, there's no reason why people shouldn't be supporting him. There's no like, people should not take, in my opinion, people should not take FaZe Banks' side in this, because Banks is in the wrong, because he gave Tfue a dodgy contract in the beginning when he could have, you know, not taken advantage of that vulnerability, and he could have been genuine with him, and then he wouldn't have needed to change the contract or try to come up with a new contract, you know, because Tfue would then have been happy, you know. It's probably not even Tfue that spotted this. Like, it's probably someone that he works with that was like, yo, you know, these percentages are scuffed, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, his solicitor or lawyer or whatever probably was just like, you know, these percentages are scuffed, right? And then Tfue was like, what do you mean? I don't really understand, like, contracts and things like that. And then someone sat down and they've explained to him, like, yo, they shouldn't be taking 80% of this and 50% of that. If anything, they should be taking 5% of everything. So, you know, in my opinion, Tfue getting out of the contract is the way to go, because, like I say, what Banks did to him in the first place wasn't nice, man. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have played it like that, you know. And now Banks is crying because Tfue's leaving. If anything, Tfue should be the one that's crying because he got freaking taken advantage of, you know, signed into a contract that were freaking scuffed and where it was all pretty much one-sided, and they were earning more from Tfue's earnings than Tfue, you know. And these are things that people like just sort of shrug over, and they just pick a side based on Keemstar or someone like that, you know, and him saying all this stuff about Turner and then all this stuff about Banks, and kind of making it one-sided and people taking, you know, people's sides. But I'm just happy that Tfue's fans stayed loyal to him, man. And you can see that in, like, I think Tfue streamed last night for the first time. I say last night for me, it's probably still, well, it's early morning for America. But yeah, he streamed for the first time last night. And apparently the support he got was so overwhelming that he wasn't even able to read his Twitch chat. The resubs, he wasn't able to read any of it because it was just so many people were supporting, so many people were subbing, so many people were gifting tier 1s, so many people were just there for Tfue, and the support was so overwhelming. I think he had over 65,000 people watching him. So he was by far the most viewed person on Twitch. And he earned around $20,000 in that one stream. And good for him, you know, good for him. I hope other people that have been tied into sort of the same contract as Tfue leave FaZe as well. This might be the time where we see FaZe Clan shut down, and this might be the end of FaZe. FaZe, you did have a good run from Call of Duty, but I do think it's time, you know, to make way for a new gaming org. Whoever that is, I don't know. Although I hear rumours that Tfue's supposed to be starting an organisation, which could really be interested in, you know, really be interesting. People were saying like, oh, Tfue can't go and make his own organisation after being part of an organisation, because you don't see LeBron James, you know, trying to make his own team. But this is gaming. This isn't freaking. This isn't, you know, real sport. This. I mean, gaming is kind of a sport, but this is different. Like gaming, you can't compare to any other sport. And if Tfue wants to make his own organisation, then so be it. At least maybe the percentages for upcoming streamers, you know, will be better, and he's not going to prey on that vulnerability of people. Maybe, you know, he's going to be legitimate about it and do something good for the community, like FaZe Banks should have done from the beginning. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to make of this, apart from FaZe Banks is in the wrong, Tfue is in the right, Kingstar should shut his mouth. And with that being said, guys, that is where I'm going to end the first episode of TeaTime. So I hope you guys did enjoy this new freaking style of video. And if you guys did enjoy it, man, please be sure to smash that like button, show your support. Drop me a comment below on whose side you're on. Are you on Tfue or are you on FaZe's side? I'd like to get your thoughts and feelings on that. But with that being said, man, that's where I'm going to end this video, because there's nothing else to touch on this subject. But we will be back with another TeaTime next week. Until then, goodbye for now. Peace.